Gotham isn't what I imagined. I expected chaos, thunder, something cinematic. Instead, it smells like wet metal and bad coffee. Reminds me of New York after rain. Only everyone here looks like they're waiting for a confession.
They are. This city doesn't sleep, it just hides. By sunrise, you'll hear the chaos you were expecting. It's not loud, it's quieter, meaner. Gotham doesn't scream. It whispers bad decisions through alleyways and hopes no one's listening.
They are. This city doesn't sleep, it just hides. By sunrise, you'll hear the chaos you were expecting. It's not loud, it's quieter, meaner. Gotham doesn't scream. It whispers bad decisions through alleyways and hopes no one's listening.
You get used to repetition. Gotham's like a patient that refuses medicine. You learn to stop aiming for recovery and settle for survival. You've done the same with mutants, haven't you? Same story, just different uniforms.
You make it sound simpler than it is. Mutants were born different, you chose the mask. I didn't get that luxury. I had to fight just to exist while the world wrote new ways to erase me.
No one's exempt from erasure. Gotham erases its people every day, in courts, in headlines, in the dark corners no one photographs. You just got the bigger spotlight. You fought governments. I fight the quiet kind of decay.
Speaking of governments, they're still building weapons shaped like excuses. The Sentinels were meant to be protectors, yet somehow they learned extermination faster than compassion. Machines learn fear quickly when built by cowards.
They weren't built by cowards. They were built by men pretending to be heroes. That's what makes it worse. When you build something for safety, but you fill it with suspicion, you end up with a machine that can't tell the difference.
You sound like someone who's seen a version of it. Don't tell me Gotham tried that too.
They did. Drones that could predict crime. Facial scans, weapon readings, all of it. Looked perfect in meetings until someone asked who decided what guilt looked like. No one had an answer. I burned the files myself.
You burned files. I tore down factories. Feels like we both learned too late that progress always arrives wearing armor. You stop one project, 3 more rise somewhere else with better branding and moral speeches.
Because people like convenience. Sentinels were convenient. They let humans point to something big and metal and say, "That's doing the work for us." Real protection doesn't scale like that. It requires attention, not automation.
The Sentinels were built to replace courage. That's what stings the most. Humans wanted safety without responsibility, justice without judgment. You can't hand moral choices to a machine and expect it to learn empathy from blueprints.
Empathy's never in the blueprints. It's too inefficient. I've seen software detect threats faster than any detective, but it never stops to ask if it's wrong. That pause, that hesitation, is the one thing machines will never master.
You'd think after the first massacre, they'd stop trying. But they didn't. They just rebranded genocide as policy and called it necessary evolution. Sauron had better marketing than that, and he was literally a giant eye.
Humans prefer their monsters mechanical now. It's cleaner. You can't feel guilt over gears. They build things that look efficient so they can pretend it's not emotional. That's the modern trick. Make the killing look like maintenance.
You've got that same cynicism Charles hated in me. He always thought humans could learn. I used to think so too. Then I saw a machine decide a child wasn't human enough to live. That ended the debate for me.
I've seen worse. Not machines, just men with badges making the same call. Technology didn't invent cruelty. It just made it faster. You lose something sacred when punishment becomes process instead of choice.
I sometimes wonder if we're the problem. Men like us make the world nervous. You wear a mask, I wear metal. Maybe Sentinels are just humanity's way of saying they're tired of people who make them feel small.
We're mirrors. People hate what they might become if they stop pretending to be normal. The Sentinels don't scare them. The reflection does. That's why they destroy the mirror.
You'd hate the Sentinels, Bruce. They'd look at you and see threat level 1. Mask, gadgets, obsession, check, check, check. You'd be on the list before I finished my drink.
Then I'd find the list and burn it. Machines can't profile what they can't predict. You'd rip the Sentinels apart, I'd take the code. Between us, they wouldn't last a night,